So as you can see from this title, I'm going to be having spa treatments while social distancing. How is that possible, you ask? Well, come along and I'll show you. 3 spa treatments to rejuvenate, relax, and something else. What's the 3 R's? Rest. Quick room tour. You come in, the bathroom is right to your right, and it's a beautiful tub and shower. Nice. There's a full-length mirror per usual. Coffee bar, closet, and the room. Nice king bed, just for me. And there's Atlanta. So before I left home, I'll let you know that I was going to be having a staycation here in Atlanta, and it is all about rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. It's just me this weekend. This weekend is mine, and I am doing some spa treatments that still allow me to social distance. Actually, even before I checked in here at the Intercontinental in Buckhead, I actually did my first social distancing spa treatment. I did cryotherapy for the very first time. It was interesting. There's a range you can put it for, is the level of coldness from 1 to 10 apparently. And the attendant who helped me with the process said that she herself does a 3, and most athletes come in and do 8 through 10, and that anything above 7 was extreme. So I think I opted for either a 6 or a 7, one of the two, and it was very tolerable. I wasn't in there freezing. When I do it again, when I do it again, I will go up a little higher, probably around an 8 or a 9. I guess my tolerance for cold is pretty high. I will say, and she even warned me that the coldest part of your body was going to be your elbows, and that because you don't have that fat over the elbows, so it gets cold pretty quickly. And that was true, but all she encouraged me to do was just to put my mittens, like to hold my elbows with my hands, because they were covered in gloves. But so overall, that experience was pretty interesting. Actually, the best part was, in addition to doing cryotherapy, I also did leg compressions and like these leg squeezy booty things, and that was actually my favorite part. But I did do cryotherapy and the leg compressions with hopes of reducing inflammation in my body and to reduce pain. I have some pain that I would like to go away, and my legs feel very good. They feel very, very good. The social distance aspect of it. So just like anywhere you go, you have to interact with people, right? So yes, I had to check in with her. We both had our masks on. We both, she was behind the desk, I was here. The closest she got to me was when she was outside of the chamber, making sure that I understood everything was going on. And the clip should show you how close she was to me, but we both still had masks on. And I thought that was a great alternative to, say, getting a facial, getting a massage, very hands-on spa treatments. But anyway, I think it is a great option If you still want a spa treatment, but you also want a social distance, because there is a pandemic going on, people, the cryotherapy and the leg compressions were pretty darn good. And I'll give you reviews on my next spa experiences as they happen. So I'm about to relax. I brought my weighted blanket for home, which I love. I brought my, can you see it? My essential oil diffuser. And I'm gonna get my relax on. It's 5:12 and I'm about to get in the bed and relax for the rest of the day. Stay hydrated, my friends. Time to head out for my next services. I'll be back to give you more details. Hi guys, I'm back from today's therapy session and it was a salt room. Yeah. Called In Town Salt Room. The owner was so sweet and just so pleasant, and she makes me want to open up my own so I can just be so zen and walk around and talk like this. But it truly was a good experience. Oh, okay. This, after my treatment, I picked up Port Calvin. They have like the best lobster mac and cheese. So this little segment is going to be quick so I can get to my takeout I just picked up. So anyway, sit right there. I'll be back. So the salt room treatment. It was Himalayan salt, and it was like she turned on this machine and all of a sudden the air was fused with salt. I was like, I tasted it. I actually still taste it in my mouth. You can literally taste the salt in the air. And she was like, you can either cover up with a blanket unless you have, like problem areas. She said people with psoriasis like it to like fall on the infected area, and it kind of helps with the healing process. I was like, well, that's cool, but I don't have any issues like that. My main thing for doing the Himalayan salt room was, again, for inflammation, just like I did with the cryotherapy, and it's supposed to help with just clearing your airways out. Like if you have allergy issues or sinus issues, it just kind of cleans your whole respiratory situation, as well as helps to fight inflammation in your body. So, and numerous other things. It's supposed to be really good for your skin. So when she gave me an eye mask, and the eye mask did come out of a sealed bag. When she gave me my own eye mask, I'm sure she gets it laundered because I didn't take it with me, but it seemed fresh. You just gotta trust people. It was sealed, and it appeared to be fresh. So, she gave me the eye mask, and I did initially start the process with my eye mask on, but I took it off. 2 reasons. I like the ambiance in the room, it was like really glowy and yellowy, and I wanted to feel and see that and not just be in the dark. And the second reason was so I can get it all on my skin, just to make sure I get all the benefits. Because your girl isn't getting any younger, and I really have been paying attention to my skin a lot more lately. But anyway, so back to the eye mask. So you go into this room. I'm sure I've already showed you a clip at this point of what the room looks like. And you take off your shoes and you step into the salt. It's like stepping on a beach made of salt. And it's like, ooh. You can sit down in this chair and it reclines, but it's like the perfect angle for relaxation. And then again, You can have the option of putting your mask on, but then you put headphones on that are covered by disposable things. And I came in time to see her, the last person leave, and to see and experience her wiping down the room for me. So the sanitation was on point. Everything was good. So the disposable headphones, covering over the headphones, put the headphones on. And she leaves and she's like, don't worry about the time. I'll knock when time is up. Just relax and you can breathe normally. So she leaves, and the music, the sound was the ocean waves. And if anybody knows me, know there are I got top 3 sounds: ocean waves, waterfalls, and a sound of the wind blowing through the trees like in the mountains. Oh, it sounds just like the ocean to me. But anyway, those are my top 3 sounds. So my number 1 sound, the ocean, was playing in my ears, and I'm reclined, and I just felt like I just stepped on the beach of salt, and I was just, and with my eyes closed and still glowy. So imagine that being like the sun, a soft glow sun. That experience was phenomenal. I practiced, she said you can breathe normally, but I'm a little extra. So I was taking in deep breaths and pushing them out. And the experience was so good that I added on the second room. They have 2 rooms. The second room was the meditation room. It still had a Himalayan wall, but she did not push the salts into the air. Whatever machine she cut on the other room was not in this room. But instead it had this chair, and I'm sure there's some specific stuff about it, but the music she played in my ears, the vibrations and the pauses and everything of the music was felt through the chair. It was different from the last experience and equally as amazing. Equally. So if you're okay with, if you're starting meditation, or if you do meditation and you're okay with Buddhist music, then you will be okay with this. So it had, some Buddhist music playing in your ear, or I wouldn't call it music. It was like a chant. Yeah, let's go with a chant. And it was very took you on an emotional roller coaster. But I think I did my very best meditating that I have ever done today in that chair. And it was pretty awesome. It felt euphoric when I left. It felt like but that's the thing. When you do 2 things, you don't know which one it is. It felt like a natural, high, so that was today. And would I go back there? Definitely. Whenever I'm in Atlanta, I might make a special trip for that. I really even thought about bringing my son. I feel like one of them would like to do it. The salt room, aside from the person who was initially there when I got there, at max there was 3 of us in the building. But most of the time it was just me and the owner. So you had to book your appointment, no walk-ins taken, and even if there were more people there, you still would have been in the room by yourself. So it felt good to be able to, take your mask off and relax and do those things. So highly, 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 highly recommend the in-town salt room. Great experience. So now I'm gonna get down with the get down and eat my Port Cabin lobster mac and cheese. Inside the room therapy. Another dreary day, but I don't mind. Rain is for renewal, refresh, change.
And I'm headed to my last therapy session, and it has everything to do with water. I'll be back to tell you more. Why I sound like a witch? I'm exhausted from floating, and I'm hot, and my hair's wet. I got a lot going on. But I'll talk to you guys about the experience when I get back to the hotel. Therapy in the car. Good morning. So, the last clip you saw, I was outside of the flotation therapy or the sensory deprivation tank facilities, and I was exhausted. So I went and got me something to eat because I hadn't eaten. I know. And I went to sleep. By the time I woke up, I had lost all the light. Now it's time for me to check out. But I needed to come back and tell you guys. So ignore the construction sounds that's going on out here in Buckhead, Atlanta, okay? The sleep deprivation tank was amazing. At first, I got in and I still saw the light through the crack of the door, and I was like thinking in my head, I'm gonna tell him I saw the light because you saw the tank, how big it is. Like if I stretched my arms, I could reach either side, right? But this way I couldn't reach. I think it was like 5 by 7 or something like that, and it had the blue lights. Well, you had the option of turning the lights off. So I wanted it to be pitch black. So I turned the lights off. I saw the light from the crack of the door. But remember, I showed y'all in this clip, when you come in, it's like a shower right there. I was supposed to cut the light off in there, and I forgot. So I had to get back up and cut the light off out there. And then it was like pitch black. And it felt so weird. Like I've never experienced a darkness that dark with my eyes open. And but it was good because I first thing I did was try to acclimate myself to the room and get comfortable and stop thinking the boogeyman was going to touch me. Yeah, I had a freak out moment because closer to the door is cooler, but if you float towards the other way, it got warm, and in my head I was like, oh, that's someone's breath. And don't let your mind play tricks on you. You're in there by yourself. You're fine, right? So after I rebuked the fear that was trying to come over me and was thinking about cutting the light back on, I was like, okay, no. So I did some stretching and just to kind of get all the crinks out, because your head's underwater, you can hear every little bone in your body like pat, 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 pat. So it was cool because I was able to put one leg over each leg, over each other, and then that would like twist my back so gently and yet so good because it was steady. The water was still trying to keep you balanced, so it by any means necessary is trying to balance you. So I got like the best stretch, the best pop, the best everything. Then I relaxed and I must have fell asleep because I did a 90-minute session, and I swear to you, it felt no more than 30. I got out, I checked my clock, like it actually had been 90 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. But so relaxed. The only thing that would have made that experience better was if I had a driver afterwards who would have just took me straight here and had someone else have my meals ready and someone carry me to my bed, so I can just stay in that state of relaxation instead of having to be more alert, like to drive yourself home. So if you go to one of these, see if you can get you an Uber or someone else to take you or something, so you can just stay in that state of euphoria. Because it was so funny, when I drove up, I saw a couple coming out, and they like just was standing on the stairs, just kind of looking, and I was like, what is wrong with them? And I found myself doing the same thing when I came out. I just wanted to just take a moment before I had to wake my brain up to, you know, drive a car. Will I do it again? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm having put it on my to-do list of doing it, you know, whenever I get super stressed or whenever I feel super tense. The Epsom salt, I still feel it. My skin feels better, like soft. My hair feels okay. I was worried about it drying it out too much, but I just put some oil on it and it's fine. It's back to normal. Because with locks, you shouldn't use conditioner because that defeats the purpose. Like, it detangles your hair and you want your hair to tangle, so I didn't use conditioner. Just applied oil after I washed it. But anyway, I'll give it a rating 5 out of 5. The experience was so good. Now, the location I went to, you saw I filmed it, looked a bit shady. I did pull up and was like, it's in Little Five Points. The buildings are old. It looks dingy, but the experience was great. And even before I got in, I could hear the filtration system and see it in action. And right when I got out, after the music wakes you up, like they cut this music to alert you that your time is over. After that music goes off, the filtration system automatically kicks in and starts to clean it again for the next person. So I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I don't want to swim in a public pool. Oh, I won't get in a hot tub. I'm just like, God didn't make my body that fragile to where I can't experience water that other people have been in. That's just me. If you're freakish about that or skittish about that, maybe flotation isn't for you. But I did see that they were taking precautions to keep things clean, and that's good enough for me. Well, in this video, I went over 3 ways with a possible 2 bonus options that you can have self-care or spa-like treatments while social distancing. First was the cryotherapy, which was amazing, with a bonus of a leg massage. Second was the salt room with the bonus of a meditation room. And third was the flotation tank. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully this gives you some ideas of still maintaining self-care in your practices while social distancing during this pandemic. I'm actually going to make a couple of purchases based off of my experiences this weekend. A leg compression massager for my cryotherapy experience, a sound machine from my salt room experience, and possibly a sound bowl. The sounds that were created during meditation came from like a sound bowl, and I want to see if I can mimic that experience in my own home. And y'all know I'm already using Epsom salt when I soak in my bathtub at home, and there's no way I'm putting 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in my bathtub. So for that experience, I'll definitely have to check them out again. Feel free to leave questions down below if you have any about the services I mentioned. And as always, make it a great one. Bye, guys.